Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for part 2 of our ongoing series focused on ranking Cobra troops. In part 1 of this series, we laid out the foundation with an in-depth look at the entry-level ground floor of any fighting force, the infantry. Most Cobra recruits start off in the basic infantry under the command of Cobra Commander and make up the bulk of the nameless, faceless legions of the Cobra organization's fighting forces. These videos explore the hypothetical process a new recruit would undergo to ascend the ranks of Cobra from the basic infantry to the most elite ranks of Cobra soldiers. In today's video, we're going to highlight another 3 ranks with a comprehensive look at the Cobra Urban Assault Trooper, the Tele-Viper, the Cobra Communications Trooper, the Tele-Viper, and last but not least, the Cobra Battlefield Technician, the Techno-Viper. Now, before we begin, please keep in mind that all 3 of these ranks require Cobra troopers to have started off in the infantry as Cobra Vipers, which means that all 3 specialties have a foundation of being highly trained in combat techniques, as well as being highly skilled in the use of explosives, infantry weapons, martial arts, and sabotage. With that reminder, let's dive right in and get started with the Cobra Urban Assault Trooper, aka the Tele-Viper. The Tele-Vipers are the Cobra equivalent of a police SWAT unit or British S.A.S, Special Air Service. They form the spearhead of Cobra's inner-city invasion forces. Tele-Vipers serve as an elite, highly mobile, and adaptable special operations force, primarily focused on direct action raids, forcible entry operations, and trained to operate in urban environments. This elite contingent of marauders are true masters of brutality, possessing a style of ruthlessness not present in other Cobra soldiers. Recruited from Cobra's most diabolical combat divisions, Tele-Vipers use various forms of treachery to achieve their objectives. In order to graduate from their training program, they are required to survive a full burst of machine gun fire across the frontal body armor, execute a 30-foot jump onto concrete with full combat load, and run down a 100-meter gas-filled corridor without a gas mask. Their primary specialty is urban assault, and their secondary specialty is vehicle driver. Tele-Vipers are infantry Vipers that are given additional training on special weapons and urban warfare tactics to handle high-risk situations that are beyond the capabilities of your regular assault Vipers. These situations often involve hostile invasion of cities that require door-to-door sweeps, barricades, and armed suspects. Tele-Vipers are trained in advanced tactics, close-quarter combat, breaching techniques, use of specialized weapons and equipment like armored vehicles, pneumatic grappling ascent cannons, and crisis management. The Tele-Viper is equally at home on rooftops, dark alleys, and underground sewers, always ready to attack. Standard issue equipment includes special blast-proof helmet with adjustable visor, including Cobra Communications heads-up display, high-bore bulletproof body armor suit and vest, Cobra laser-proof shield, special issue Cobra street boots, canister grenades, grappling gun with large hook, and a Cobra street/Viper knife. The Tele-Viper shield is a crucial piece of equipment for this Cobra Urban Assault Trooper, designed for both offensive and defensive purposes. It acts as a blast shield, providing the Tele-Viper with a crucial protective barrier in close-quarters urban combat scenarios. The shield also features a heads-up display or HUD, allowing the Tele-Viper to gather and process crucial battlefield information while remaining safely behind the shield's cover. It can also be used as an offensive weapon, possibly for ramming or deflecting attacks. The shield's rotating capability allows the Tele-Viper to maintain maximum coverage and adapt to changing combat situations. The grappling hook serves primarily as a tool for urban traversal and assault, allowing them to quickly ascend buildings, traverse alleys, and gain strategic positions in close-quarters combat situations. This allows them to leverage the verticality of urban landscapes, potentially surprising and ambushing G.I. Joe forces. It features a hook that can be launched and retracted. You do not need to obtain the rank of Cobra Officer to transition into the Tele-Viper Corps. Whereas you needed to be at least a Python Patrol Viper officer to even be considered for the Cobra Eels, the Alley Viper is characterized by brute force, and if you survive a few encounters as an infantry Viper, then you can apply to be an urban assault trooper. Applications are typically selected from the ranks of Cobra Night Watch Troopers, since these Vipers are highly skilled in the use of explosives, all Nato and Warsaw Pact small arms, sabotage, and martial arts. Based on his secondary military specialty, the Alley Viper is qualified to operate various Cobra ground assault vehicles like the Hiss, Hiss-2, Septic Tank, Stinger, Rage, Stun, Adder, Imp, and Devastator. Alley Vipers are big and strong as well as ruthless. Their body armor alone weighs 50 pounds and they carry at least 30 pounds of weapons and ammo, grenades, and climbing gear. You definitely don't want one of these gorillas running up and kicking your door down. Up next, we will take a look at the Cobra Communications Tele-Vipers. Tele-Viper's primary military specialty is communications and secondary military specialty is electronics. Tele-Viper troops are the radio telecommunications operators and satellite communications specialists of the Cobra ground forces. The micro-miniaturized equipment built into their helmets and web gear include a high-speed burst microwave transceiver, VHF and laser signal units, a random series digital encryption module, third-generation passive jamming devices, a GPS receiver, a voice synthesizer, and an FM receiver with automatic frequency control. They also carry a standard modular radio pack that contains as a main unit VHF transceiver equipped with an automatic frequency hopper, a crypto unit, and passive jamming and anti-jamming devices. The distinctive Tele-Viper helmet includes a large visor that acts as a monitor and contains high-resolution earphones with overload dampeners and 2 sets of voice-actuated microphones. The interior of the helmet offers an alternative LED readout triggered throughout the optional computer pack. Optional transmission modes include microwave, beam, and laser transmission modes, both available as add-ons to the basic pack, and their helmet can display LED readouts from an optional computer pack. All high-end Cobra Command personnel have a Tele-Viper trooper assigned to them as their personal link to headquarters and as bodyguards. And as a bodyguard, they must be prepared to sacrifice their life to protect their assigned high-ranking Cobra personnel and their secrets. Remember that to become a Tele-Viper, you must first survive being a Viper, which includes being highly trained in combat techniques and highly skilled in the use of explosives, infantry weapons, martial arts, and sabotage. Tele-Vipers are a notch above regular Vipers because they must first serve and survive at least one tour of duty as a Python Patrol Assault Viper because of the additional training in communications equipment and electronics they receive. Recall from part 1 of the series that the Cobra Python Patrol Assault Viper is highly trained in experimental weaponry, explosive ordnance, and stealth infiltration. Fluency in several martial art forms is required with a focus on close quarters melee combat. Again, this level of training is what makes them qualified to be ideal bodyguards to high-ranking Cobra personnel. This is a coveted position among the Tele-Vipers who would prefer to be serving and protecting someone important than running around in the jungle providing communications for frontline Cobra forces. Even though there is anonymity among the faceless, nameless ranks of Cobra soldiers, it is quite possible that high-ranking Cobra personnel will retain the same Tele-Viper by their side so long as they manage to survive. These Vipers can form a loyal connection to their assigned personnel since they are entrusted to maintain a high level of secrecy and are usually within earshot of sensitive information or may witness certain events while serving as bodyguards. This can provide the opportunity to leverage that position for material wealth and power for those willing to demonstrate their loyalty. This level of training means that communication specialists such as Tele-Vipers can be the first in line to apply to become either a Python Patrol Tele-Viper and then possibly even a Python Patrol officer because of this additional training that forms the foundation for the necessary qualifications of air traffic controller as well as proficiency with second-generation digital keyboard message devices which enable him to coordinate infantry, armor, artillery, and air support instantaneously in code and without audio transmission. If you ascend to the rank of a Python Patrol Trooper and survive, your application to become a Tele-Viper will automatically be accepted due to the computer and engineering prerequisites. Each Tele-Viper Trooper carries a multi-shot grenade launcher and suppressed submachine gun, as well as all their communications equipment, which means that even while they're calling down an airstrike, he can be laying down his own cover fire. It is suspected that off-duty Tele-Viper troopers who are not assigned to high-ranking Cobra personnel are employed by Cobra as telemarketers to sell pirated technology. Half their job is to provide clear communications up and down the Cobra chain of command. The other half of their job is to degrade or completely jam all G.I. Joe communications. Python Tele-Viper is the radio telecommunications operator of Python Patrol's ground forces. Python Tele-Vipers receive additional training after first being made Python Patrol Troopers and are equipped with a modular radio pack that contains all new sophisticated radio jamming devices. He carries digital scrambler, decoders, and low-speed recording decks for ultra-high speed burst transmissions, enabling Python Patrol personnel to communicate rapidly with other Cobra units and support elements. It's almost impossible to stay undetected as long as this guy is in the field. As soon as your position is discovered, you might as well call it a day because he is going to radio in for an airstrike on your location before you can get away. Once he has you, he has you.
Now, last but not least, we're going to take a look at the Cobra Battlefield Technician, aka the Techno-Viper. Techno-Vipers are the Cobra equivalent of combat engineers and field maintenance personnel. They are often deployed within the first wave of any assault, using their engineering skills to overcome obstacles and repair damage during combat. Modern battles involve expensive, complicated machines, and it is inevitable that these machines sustain enemy-inflicted damage, succumb to driver error, or simply break down of their own accord. It is the mission of the Techno-Viper to provide field maintenance support and combat engineering capability to the front-line Cobra troops. Techno-Vipers can repair HISS tanks, build bridges, and retrieve large, heavy machines from seemingly inaccessible places. Techno-Vipers are Cobra engineers who can build, rebuild, and retrofit anything from weapons to prefabricated modular fortresses such as the Terror drone that serve as a launch base for the Fire-Bat air defense system. Whenever Cobra copters drop off crates full of parts, teams of dedicated Techno-Vipers can assemble the Terror drone in under a week. They use whatever materials they have on hand and send troops to take what they need to complete their project. They are often depicted as resourceful and adaptable, using their engineering skills to overcome challenges and create innovative solutions for Cobra's needs. Their engineering creations are usually powerful, effective, and full of deadly surprises. Techno-Vipers are easily recognizable by their purple helmets and uniforms. Rarely do we see them veer from this color pattern except for when it comes to the dark red, gray, and black uniform of the Techno-Vipers that form part of the 4-man Cobra HISS Fire Team 788 unit, all of which sport a unique color scheme that separates them from the rest of Cobra's military forces. A standard Fire Team 788 unit consists of a Cobra HISS officer, Cobra HISS Range Viper, and Cobra HISS Anti-Armor Infantry Trooper, as well as a Techno-Viper assigned to operate the Heat-Seek missile system alongside the Cobra HISS fleet that provides ballistic missile support for their armored divisions in addition to serving as specialized battlefield technicians. These 4-man units are the tank flankers, providing ground-level troop support for the Cobra HISS fleet. Techno-Vipers come outfitted with various equipment like a laser rifle, a pistol, a wrist-mounted holographic projection for quick diagnostic troubleshooting and repair, and mnemonic tools like a power claw, hammer, and wrench that attach to their backpack air tanks via hoses. Their unique uniforms are made of flame-retardant materials and are insulated against extreme temperatures with hoses that provide oxygen, pressure regulation, and temperature control while also protecting them against radiation and hazardous materials. They have specialized boots, gloves, and helmets with built-in masks that filter out harmful fumes. These complex suits help maintain a comfortable temperature, since making repairs on an active battlefield in the middle of intense enemy engagement can involve extremely hot vehicles or hazardous conditions. Imagine overheated engine parts, hot oil spitting out of valves, smoke, even radioactive material leaking while bullets whiz past you and some HISS tank drivers yelling at you to get their cannons operational. These suits also allow them to work comfortably in extreme cold temperatures as well for Arctic missions without having to wear additional clothing. A subdivision includes the Techno-Viper pilot or aeronautical engineer. Commissioned by Cobra Commander himself to build a light armored flight pod, the Techno-Viper pilot designed the Trouble Bubble 2. Techno-Vipers are skilled pilots as well as technicians, so naturally they were Cobra Commander's first choice to fly them. Just because the Techno-Vipers carry wrenches and jacks, don't underestimate them. They work their way up from the ranks of Vipers, and each one is a qualified Cobra infantryman. They also function as sappers. This is a military term for elite combat engineers who are skilled in a variety of military engineering duties and are always called on as the first wave in assaulting a heavily fortified position.
Thanks for sticking with us till the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into exploring and explaining Cobra ranks. We want to make a part 3, but we'd love to hear who you want to see included. So leave a comment letting us know what Cobra ranks we should explore next. Or let us know which one's been your favorite so far. And keep in mind that we might not get into things like Iron Grenaders just yet, because those are technically not part of the Cobra organization, but rather Destro's faction. But either way, let us know, because we love the feedback and it helps us figure out what you want to see more of.
Don't forget to smash that like button if you want to see more content like this, and leave a comment down below to let us know what you want to see next.